Alright, so we just got up the ladder and we saw them heading to that northeastern one.
Here.
That one, yes.
They're vacating this area, heading through here and into this area. And behind us here is empty. There's some chairs. There's a weapons rack. These seem to be some sort of woven mats for sleeping, you suspect. And there's nobody in there at the moment. So roll a perception check for me and see if you can perceive what they are doing at the other end.
Okay. Oh, that's pretty good. 18.
Alright, you notice a number of things. First off, a couple of them are lowering a ladder over the side here. Then in here, there seems to be hold on a sec. 3 more individuals, and they seem to be shoving stuff into a looks like a satchel of some kind, or a backpack, bags, hard to tell. And that's what they're doing currently.
Alright, they seem to be storing loot. Okay. I guess we should head that direction.
Alright. So you're going to head across this bridge and into here?
Yep.
Alright. When you get into the threshold here, you'll notice there's a number of animal heads on the wall. But
that's what those are.
Yeah. They're not just animal heads. There's also trophy heads of humanoids. Humans, yes. Elves, other creatures, other humanoids, and also other creatures.
I wasn't exactly feeling bad for them killing these guys because they did attack us first. That's
they're not nice.
No.
And there are also 4 rather large chests right in the middle of this room.
Okay.
And you notice at this point that the 3 individuals that were in here have now headed out, and they all seem to be in the process of climbing down. And one of them seems to have slightly more ornate dress. Seems to have a couple of necklaces made of the various kinds of bones, feathers, that sort of stuff. And he's trying to urge them to hurry up.
Okay. Well, we can come back for these chests.
Alright, so I need to roll. So, what are you going to do?
I think we should try and cut them off a little bit. I'm going to head towards the other exit that way.
So you're going to head towards this?
Yeah.
Alright, so you do so.
Yeah.
You are spotted by the individuals, and the one that's more elaborately dressed, more adorned, I guess I should say, shoves a couple of individuals in our direction and scrambles over the edge quickly.
Okay.
They're all seeming to be quite frantic, and
we did just kill most of their friends.
One of the remaining archer has an arrow knocked, but isn't pulling back the bowstring, and just looks like it's looking really scared and wants to get over that rope ladder as quickly as possible, but has the way to turn. There is another person standing beside them with a sword, also seems quite terrified. And there are the 2 remaining. The other individual, you can just see his head going down, the one that's more elaborately dressed.
Alright, well, if I can do anything on this turn.
If you want to do like a spell, then we're going to have to roll for initiative.
Yes, I'm going to try and hit that one with Frostbite. The one who's going down the ladder.
Alright, so let's roll some initiatives.
Alright, I have an 11. What about you?
I also have an 11.
Yeah.
They have a 17.
They're going before us again.
Yes. So they all managed to get over the edge of the rope ladder and are now 3 of them are on the ground.
One of them took damage already.
Yeah, 3 of them are on the ground and are heading off, and 2 of them are almost on the ground by the time we can act.
Oh, there's 4 of them?
There's 5.
Oh, there's 5 of them.
Yeah.
Okay. So 3 are on the ground, 2 are on the bridge.
No, 2 of them are... Sorry. 2 of them are in the process of getting down the last little bit of the rope ladder.
Yeah.
There's no one up here anymore that you can see.
Yeah.
There's 3 on the ground that are heading towards the trees.
Okay. And I guess you're... we have the same initiative order.
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. Can I see the one on... Okay, so there's 2 of them on the ladder currently?
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to hit the one on top, basically, who's just going down with the frostbite.
That is a bit of a problem because we are standing here. You would have to move forward first.
Okay.
And lean over because the ladder is basically a vertical drop from here.
Yeah.
So it is. You'll be aiming down, so you have to lean over if you want to get
I will move up my 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
Because
30 feet will actually put you right at the ladder easily.
Okay.
And then you can aim down. So at this point, when you're standing there, you got 2 individuals, because almost on the ground, and you can just see heading around this edge here the 3 others that are the more elaborately dressed guy and 2 other individuals.
I'm going to hit the one further up the ladder with frostbite. Hopefully he will fall and hit the one below him.
Rolled an 18.
What?
18.
And it is a moot point.
Yes. Saves.
Yes.
I come up behind you at the same time. I have a different priority here. I am going to try and aim for Mr. Elaborate.
Okay.
I am going to... I'm going to try and firebolt him.
That was my original target, but he got away. You're hitting with firebolt?
Yes, and I did.
Okay.
I succeeded on hitting him. For 5 points of damage. He screams out in agony. But is still alive.
Okay.
Alright. Is there initiatives? The 2 that are on the ladder make it down.
Yep.
And start moving away. They can get to about here, still within visible range.
The other 3.
The other 3 skirt around here and are no longer in sight.
Okay.
What do you want to do? You have 2 targets. Not within frostbite range, but within magic missile range.
I have a different plan. 1 second. How far is it to the ground?
30 feet.
30 feet, okay.
Yes, you could Misty Step down there if you like. Or jump a featherball.
Or jump on featherfall, yep. Or I can just go to the ladder. Doesn't...
Or you can just go down the ladder, yes.
That does consume my movement. Tough. Yeah, I think it's... that was my initial thought, was to Misty Step and then move and hopefully get around and possibly cut them off. I don't think I can. Not with the distances.
So what do you want to do?
Alright, they're in magic missile range. You said, right?
The 2 are easily within magic missile range. One of them's injured.
One of them was the one who I hit before, right?
Yes.
Okay. I am going to divide up my magic missile then. First level.
Yep.
And we're going to send 1 bolt at the injured one and the other 2 at the other one.
Roll the injured one first, please.
4 points of force damage.
That one collapses.
Okay.
And the other one.
Ooh. 8 points of force damage.
That's exactly what it takes.
Alright, there's 2 fewer of them now. And I have 1 spell slot remaining.
Alright. I get to where you are.
Yep.
Oh, sorry, I was where you are. I climb down the ladder.
Yep.
Uses up all my movement, though. I do a dash
Yep.
to pass these guys.
That's the corpses.
Pass the new corpses. And then I'm going to roll a perception check. I do see them. They are moving through the forest.
Yep.
They are not out of range of magic missile, but
you have done your turn.
I am out of my turn.
And so am I.
I tell you that I do see them.
Okay.
They have not completely gotten away yet. But you can't see anything.
No, I can't see anything. I'm at the top of the... I
So
suppose
they're-
I suppose I didn't say it, but I could have gone down. With my
Yeah,
movement.
you did not say.
No.
They are initiative, and they are just fleeing.
Yeah.
So they're going to move another 60 feet away.
Yeah.
And then you're up.
Alright, the first thing I'm going to do is I just want to look in this room. What's in here?
I'm standing here.
Yeah.
I told you that they're running away.
Yeah.
You're standing here. You look this way.
I'm just going to look that way and see what's there.
You see a hurriedly trashed and pilfered what looks like a lab of some kind.
Okay, so they have a laboratory set up here. I'm gonna use my movement to go down.
Okay, hold on a second. The other thing you notice is there are 2 bookcases here.
Okay. Right, we can come back for that, so it's fine.
Yeah. So you climb down the
I'm
ladder.
gonna climb down the ladder. So that
Yep.
takes all my movement.
Yes.
I will...
Oh, also roll a dex check, please. Because you are trying to pursue.
19.
You're fine.
I will dash to be right where you are.
Yep.
Do I see them?
Roll a perception check.
19.
Yes, you do. But they're at extreme range at this point.
Yes.
They're literally
And I have no action.
120 feet away from you.
I have only 1 second level spell slot left, and I have used my action to dash, so that's my turn.
Yes.
I feel like Misty stepping. Just another 30 feet.
Yep. I will move up my move rate 30 feet. And I'm going to see if I can discern between them. That will be a 16. That is enough. So I could fire a magic missile. I'm going to fire a magic missile.
Okay.
I fire a magic missile at the 11th individual.
Okay.
That's first. And he has... He seems to drop.
Okay.
I tell you that because you can't really tell from the distance you're at.
Alright then.
So, let's see. Alright. Their initiative, the 2 remaining, pick him up and go around a tree out of line of sight. So.
Okay.
What do you
Approximately how far away are they?
From you?
Yeah.
More than 120 feet. And you can't see them.
I cannot see them, so there's not much I can do in this situation.
You can enter the woods and hope to maneuver around a tree, I suppose, or change your angle so you can possibly see them. But they are currently no longer visible for you. What would you like to do?
I don't know. I'm not really invested in hunting these things down, though I think you are a little bit.
Well, I don't like what they've done, but we have thoroughly routed them at this point.
Yes, there's only 2 of them. I suppose there could be more. They could come back with reinforcements. I'm going to move. I'm going to try moving up. I'm going to move up my move right.
All right.
So 30 feet, but I'm... Yeah.
So 30 feet, you and I are now in the trees.
Still cannot see them?
That will require a perception check, please. And at this point, you'll have disadvantage because they're in the dark.
8.
You do not see them.
So it's dark.
It is dark.
Okay.
You have your light on your staff still.
Okay, that's good.
Because that doesn't require concentration. But that just illuminates where you are. They are well outside the distance of the range of the spell as far as lighting up goes.
Yep.
And they have moved somewhere. They are definitely taking greater care now.
Okay, I will use my action to dash. Move more 30 feet up.
All right. I would like you to roll one more perception check, please. Again, at disadvantage.
Thank you for wasting a natural 20. 9.
You do not see or hear anything.
Okay. That's my turn.
All right. You hear from 60 feet back. With my light, fortunately, lighting up the area. So they got away.
Okay. So I guess we're out of combat then.
I will wave my staff with a light on it so you can find your way back.
I have my light cantrip.
Yes, but you are in the middle of a very dark forest.
I have light.
Yes, but you don't know which direction to head in.
Okay, I'll turn behind me. But I'll turn around and head back to where you are.
Yes.
And so they have a laboratory set up and some books up there, I think.
The problem with running through a forest is not running. It's...
Okay.
And you can easily get turned around.
I'll come back to where you are.
All right. From where I am, we can still see the very faintly glowing lantern light, or, well, bioluminescent light coming from those jars.
Okay.
So you want to head back up?
Yes, they have a laboratory set up, and I have some books, and there are some chests. Also, I am spent. We probably could do with a rest.
I have 2 spell slots left, so I'm pretty much, done myself. I don't know if this is a place that we would want to sleep, but we can probably do a short rest at least anyway.
Yeah. It is the most defensible position we have.
True enough. Probably even better than the forest, I suppose, in general.
Alright, so I'm going to head back up the ladder and head to that laboratory that was ransacked with the books, because I think that's the closest place anyway.
Alright, so we go up the ladder where we came down.
Yes.
Get into here. This looks like an alchemical lab.
Okay.
But everything's been smashed. Everything's been trashed.
Well, they did have
There
those
are
potions.
a few what might possibly be components for potions here, but they are difficult. It's difficult to tell. It looks like there's some jars that haven't been broken that have things in them, but we don't know what their purpose is.
Okay. I'm going to take 10 minutes and ritual cast Detect Magic.
Mm-hmm.
And once that's done, with your assistance, I'd like to investigate and search the room.
Alright, when you cast Detect Magic,
Yes.
you detect no magic.
Okay, so there's no magic in here, but I'm going to search the room with your help.
Yep.
Okay, 22.
Alright. With that roll, you notice that 3 books are missing from the rack. What's left are some parchments, some rolled up pieces of paper, that like scrolls, but not
spell scrolls.
They're just things that got written down and then rolled up. There is a fair amount of that material, none of it in the language that you can understand.
Yeah.
And then as far as the alchemical stuff goes, like all the actual methods for making components and making potions or whatever have been destroyed. Some are missing, you notice, as well.
They may have taken it with them.
Yeah, so they had a very hurried ransack of their own stuff, basically, and they have left with whatever they thought.
The two we killed, did they have packs on them?
No. Those last two down were the one that had the bow and the one that had the sword.
So they were just guards.
Yeah. So the other three, possibly, it was hard to tell. They were a ways off.
They got away.
Okay. And so you can, if you want, collect basically leather bound. Well, you think it's leather anyway. Books, and they're written in a script that you don't understand. You can bring them with you, or you can ritual cast comprehend languages if you like, and have a look at them. But that is as much as you can get out of that initial search.
Well, before Detect Magic wears off, I want to go to the main central tree and look at those chests as well.
All right. Again, no magic.
Okay. Are these chests locked?
There are 4 chests. They all face into the center, as you can see there.
Yeah.
They look identical, but beyond that, you'd actually have to sit down and investigate them to decide whether there's anything going on with them.
I will investigate them, yes.
All right. I would like you to first roll a d4.
3.
And then roll an investigation check on that chest, please.
With your assistance or without?
What are you intending to do? Determine what?
I'm checking if it's locked and seeing if it's trapped, basically.
Yeah. Do it with advantage.
Oh, 2 18s. 22, again.
All right. You're just getting to the point where you're starting. All right, let's see if there's a problem with this chest. And you notice a very fine, almost completely transparent line going from the lid to the ground.
So there's a tripwire of some sort.
Something. Yeah, it rings all your bells that this is not a chest you want to open up. At least not casually.
Okay.
You can try and disarm it.
I could. Don't have... Not very skilled at that. We could have you use your... We could go back to the bridge and you use your mage hand to pull that tripwire and see what happens, I guess.
Alright, I can do that.
Yeah.
So we almost exit the room.
Yep.
And I use mage hand at maximum range.
Yep.
And I pull that little strand. And the second it breaks very, very easily. The chest explodes.
Oh.
And what that does, it sets off 2 more chests. And they also explode. I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okay, I do have a portent I'm going to use here.
Alright.
It's not too great, but with my modifier, it's a 14. I think that should be a good distance from that, I think.
We both make our dexterity saving throws not to be knocked off.
Yeah.
And down to the ground.
Okay. So which chest did not blow up?
There's 1 remaining chest. It is damaged now, but reasonably intact.
Okay, well, let's go examine that one.
All right.
Yeah, these people had some nasty tricks up their sleeve.
Also, after the explosion, you notice there were some, well, they're kind of like bear skin rugs, animal skin rugs, whatever you want to call them, have been knocked back. And you also notice that there is a trap door.
Ah. Oh, well, I assume they have to have some way of getting up here. So yeah, well, maybe a basement. All right, well, let's go to the chest first.
All right. It is scorched, and it is damaged.
Does it make it easier to open? Does that make it easier to open it?
I don't know. What do you want to do about it?
Alright, well, I would like to search this one to make sure it's not also trapped. It did not explode. But
Go for it.
Went from a pair of 18s to a pair of 8s.
You find
12.
No traps are detected.
Okay. Is it locked?
All three of them had the same thing. It was a flip lid that went down. There's a slot there, and a loop came through, and they just had a twig. They're not really locked. They're just sort of latched.
Well, this one did not explode, so I'm going to trust it's not going to explode now. I'm going to open it.
All right. The twig they used, or branch, almost crumbles because of all the forces already attached, and it's easy to flip it up and have a look inside.
Okay.
All right, there is a fair amount of nicer armors in here, like chain armor, some short swords, bows, maces, some of the nicer equipment. And also you find a couple of pouches that have a fair amount of gold and silver and some gems in it.
Okay, so this is the stuff that was taken off those people on the spikes, probably.
Yes, it makes sense that this is at least part of the hoard that they've collected for. No.
Okay. Well, the armor and weapons are not going to be of much use to us, and we probably couldn't even sell them for much.
The chainmail is worth a fair amount.
It was also just in an explosion.
Oh no, it was inside the chest. It's not. Everything that's in the chest is not damaged.
Okay.
The chest itself is damaged, but no, armor is designed to take a beating, and chainmail is worth a little bit.
Okay.
It is something that you could sell at some point, maybe when we get to that town. It is also heavy, so
Yes.
it will take up a fair amount of room in
Our bag of holdings.
Yes. Up to you. What do you want to do?
I don't really have much interest in the chainmail. You can take it if you want.
Nah, it's. I mean, obviously, with the numbers of sets here, some of it's in good shape, some of it's in obvious use, like it's been used for what's intended for, as in blocking blows from various things.
Yep.
So it is damaged. There's, like I say, about half of it is probably, probably wouldn't get as much at all, like maybe less than a quarter of its value. There's a couple of sets that are really quite nice. They will probably get closer to their full value, depending upon how well we barter and stuff. But
Okay.
just saying offhand without actually going through the process of going through each one, just by looking at it, you can say you're probably, if you had a favorable merchant you're selling this to, you could probably get maybe 150, 200 gold for all the armor and swords and bows and stuff.
If we felt like bringing all of this.
If you thought about bringing it all, you're looking at maybe a couple hundred gold pieces, and on the downside, maybe 50 to 100, depending upon what kind of reception you got with trying to sell them.
I don't think it's really going to be worth the effort for that, but I will take the coin pouches and the gems.
All right. I take it you, by what you were talking about earlier, want to take at least a short rest at this point?
Yes.
All right,
But I will...
So, short rest. And a quick count. There's 220 gold pieces, 115 silver, and there are 10 gems of various denominations and values, depending upon... I mean, you can roll for each one if you want, or for the moment, just consider it as just 10 gems. Some of them look very quite valuable.
Okay, so that's 110 gold for both of us.
Yeah.
How many silver did you say?
115.
115, okay. Call 62, 65, I think? No? That's alright. No. 50, 10, 5, so 57.
57 and a half.
57 and 58. Okay. I'm just gonna...
Well, it is good to have some change when we get to the town. Always.
And then 5 gems. Each.
I leave the gems in a pool because they'll have to be appraised.
Okay.
It is not something that you can use as money really, except in odd situations. All right, so short rest. You can. Actually, you already used your hit point recovery, so you can't do that again.
This is a new day, isn't it?
Oh yeah, my bad. Sorry about that. That was the day before. You can gain some hit points if you like.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fully healed.
For once, I don't think I am. I rolled a 1.
I gained 5 hit points back.
I am down 2 hit points currently.
All right.
I'm going to regain 2 first level spell slots.
Yep. All right. So we are in better condition than we were a few moments ago. A quick search of the rest of this complex reveals some food preparation areas, places where they would gather for meals, and that sort of stuff, but no other treasure.
I'm not sure that I'd trust the food that these creatures would eat.
No. I'm quite happy to eat my own rations.
Okay. So you mentioned the books. How many are there?
You could probably gain. They're not large, but if you stack them all, it'll be about this big, including the papers.
Okay, so how many?
4 or 5. A bunch of them got removed, and again, you have to unroll the papers to fit them in and stuff. Altogether, if you counted all the papers, we'll say 5 books worth of paper and journals, or
Okay.
and again, all in a language that you cannot read.
Well, I can cast common languages on them later.
All right, so you're gonna bring those?
Yeah.
Okay. What about the jars of various mushrooms and other things?
Well, you would know best of the two of us what to do with those, so I think I'll leave that in your...
I'll roll check to see if I can identify any of these things. They are all of species that are unfamiliar to me.
Okay. So I'm just going to leave them here then?
It's hard to say whether or not there's anything good here. I am going to take some samples of them. I'm going to take samples that, I don't want to carry all these. There's not enough here really to fill up a bag of holding or anything, but I am going to take some samples, and then possibly there might be some entries in those writings that you have that might indicate what they are for. But anything that I might glean from this would require some study, not not something I can do off the top of my head.
Okay.
But I will take examples of each of them, and hopefully we'll figure something out. So we're getting a little late in the day. Do you want to stay here in camp? Or do you want to head off?
Oh, there's a trapdoor. I forgot about that.
Yes. Trapdoor is not trapped, and it leads a ladder down to the ground level, and there's a secret door there to head out into.
So it's not. Okay, so it's just a way in and out of this place.
Yeah.
I say, well, do you feel comfortable resting in this place, or do you want to head on?
There are a couple of individuals alive.
Yeah, there's at least 2.
But there's pros and cons, right? The nice thing about this place is any one of these outlying tree areas, we can put an alarm across the bridge and easily guard. But it is a known place, and they obviously are going to come back at some point. This is where they live. And of course, the forest, there are many other issues. It's up to you. I'm kind of on the fence. Are you rolling for it?
I did.
We stay, we go on.
We're going on, and that was a natural 20.
Oh, you are very adamant about leaving.
Yeah, I know. I was like, okay, what I was going to say was odds we stay, evens we go, but yes, back into this pleasant place.
Back into this pleasant place.
So
Right.
I'm going to recast our light cantrips because we definitely have to at this point.
Yeah. So we do restart everything else, and we head on.
Head on.
Can you roll a perception check, please, for me? No advantage, no disadvantage. I think it all cancels out.
14.
You get some inklings of some sounds in the woods, but nothing really develops out of it.
Okay.
As we proceed, there is, again, on this side, between the river and the wall of brambles, very unpleasant. Poor individuals, or their remains at least, in various forms of impaling, hanging, and dismemberment.
Yes, not feeling too bad about killing them.
No, they were not a pleasant little group of individuals. But we didn't. Well, anyway, that's a different story. We head on. We noticed that the wall of brambles on the non-river side begins to gradually peter out. Now, it gets after about a couple hours, we're back to what we were before, with intermittent brambles here and there, but not the pervasive amount that was before. So,
Okay.
and we are now getting on. We're tired.
Yeah.
We had a short
So
rest.
we should probably think about setting up camp for the night again.
Yes. It gets to the point, I think, where it's so hard to tell what time of day it is.
Yeah.
But we've had a busy day. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So, are we going to do... you're going to assist me while I look for a place to set up camp?
Yes.
Is this survival or perception? I don't know why I'm asking.
Survival.
The same roll for me.
I know.
22! But for some reason I roll better on survival checks.
Well, we found a great spot. A nice little, almost hollowed out section of a tree where we can get a little fire going and have actually rather comfortable sleep. All right.
One of these days I just have to take the skilled feat just so I can just have proficiency on perception, and still roll awful.
Yeah. To montage this a little bit.
Okay. One thing I will want to do once we've set up camp and I've placed my alarm around the camp is I'm going to ritual cast Comprehend Languages and take a look at those books.
Do so.
Okay. So ritual cast it.
Yeah. Okay. The vast majority of these, 4 out of the 5, actually all the books themselves, the newspapers we'll deal with in a second, but all the books themselves are not a pleasant read.
Oh no.
There's some interesting descriptions of various tortures that he's done. This seems to be all written in the perspective of one individual.
Whoever wrote these, yeah.
And not only have they tortured individuals physically, but he is definitely an alchemist of some kind, and he was experimenting with different kinds of poisons and other things, feeding things that he's found in the forest that he wasn't entirely sure what they would do to individuals to see how they responded, and these are his notes.
They say, so, not only was this individual a torturer, but an alchemist who was using his captives as a living petri dish.
Yeah, he was definitely doing the, war crimes kind of level of stuff.
Okay, yep. I think we can leave these books here, I say.
Yes, those books, probably would have value, but the kind of person
who would buy them, I don't want to give them to.
Exactly. The kind of person who would find them valuable, you don't want to get near them. Now, the papers... I think
the hollow of this tree is the perfect place to leave these books, I say.
Just put them in the fire.
I don't burn books.
No. Alright. The papers, on the other hand, are a different story.
Yeah.
They are descriptions of some plants, and there's a couple of drawings as well. Most of them are mushrooms, and some of them have some very interesting properties. This gentleman, we'll call him that, when he wasn't torturing, was actually the main source of doctoring for his tribe. And he has figured out a number of potions. Potions for healing, obviously a potion for invisibility, numerous poisons, but also he's figured out a way of making potions of heroism.
Yes, which he drank.
Yes, so these papers describe some plants, and some of these are ingredients for some of those potions. None of them are complete. We find 2 items that would be useful for potions of healing. They're mushrooms, and we have seen them, so in theory I could collect some more, but augment my supply. There's an ingredient for potion of visibility, and there's an ingredient for a potion of heroism. Okay. And then there's a whole pile of poisonous things. But.
Okay, taking out my pen that I have, and I'm going to fill it with ink. I'm going to make notes on these papers, trying to translate some of this stuff, if I can, into common.
Yep.
Just because this is stuff for you. This is literally what you like to make, is potions and alchemy. But you cannot read the language, and you do not know comprehend languages. I'm just going to jot down notes.
One thing you can do is you can cross-reference these notes with some of the samples I took.
Yep.
So we can actually have visual representation. So there were descriptions in there, and they're accurate. I mean, the gentleman was thoroughly twisted, but he took very accurate notes, and it is easy from the descriptions he's given for what to look for. Even without alchemical skills yourself, you can point to, oh, this one's for this one's for that one's for this. So we have some partial ingredients for recipes for those potions. We do not have what it takes, of course, to fabricate the potion themselves, but
I just want to jot down the notes for the various ingredients and processes that you can hope that you could use to possibly research this further. And then I will hand you the alchemy notes.
Thank you very much.
Because these are definitely things that you should have.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be much use to anyone else. And I really don't want those books to fall in the wrong hands.
Nope, they can stay here and become compost.
Right.
But I do not purposely destroy books, even ones that have been done to. It's literally on my character sheet.
Alright.
Yeah, it's literally my character's. It's literally my character's background. It's just. Yeah,
the other thing I want you to do is mark off another day's worth of food.
Yep, for the coming day.
Yep. And then I rolled the checks already for the evening. Our night passes uneventfully. You can roll your 2 new portents.
Mm-hmm.
And we can head on.
Okay. 3. Okay. Just in case you're wondering, everyone's keeping count. I think this is 8 3s this die has rolled so far. I might be wrong. It's 7 or 8. I think I've lost count.
I was not counting, so I'll take your word for it. All right.
I'll
wake up.
When I edit the video, I'll be able to count them again, and I'll just say which one it is in the captions.
We get up, we do our morning ablutions, we have a meal, and we head on.
Alright, on we go.
We don't go very far this time before something odd happens.
I have to replenish my hit points and spell slots.
Can you roll an intelligence check for me when you've done that?
Yeah, 1 second. Oh dear. 9.
You have no idea what time of day it is.
Yeah. At least we're still following the river.
Yes. The river is there, and the glowing is still there. Brambles are more reasonable now.
Yeah. So this is day 3 in the forest. This is day 3 in the forest.
Day 3 in the forest. We've doubled the amount of time we've been away from the plateau in this forest. And a couple hours into our trek, you see something very, very unusual.
Unusual?
You see unusual in the sense of a translucent almost apparition of what I would call a maiden. Not walking, just gliding in front of our path and heading that way. Just, you can see right through her. It's just like translucent. No.
Do I have to roll an Arcana check, right? And can I just say this is a ghost?
You can roll an Arcana check if you like.
10. Still not awake, I don't think.
Nope.
I mean, I'm pretty sure that's a ghost.
Well, this is what it does. Maybe this will solidify your thought processes a bit more. It goes along a little bit, and there's this rather large bole of a tree there, and it basically just goes through. But after it does so, there's an archway. And you see light from inside.
Okay, this could be a monumentally bad idea.
Can you roll... This doesn't exist in the system, but can you roll an intelligence check again for me, please? More along the lines of... Actually, no. Wisdom saving throw. That probably fits better.
Wisdom saving throw.
Please.
Okay. 19.
Okay.
What was I saving against?
This is more of a check, I suppose.
Alright, well, if it's a wisdom check, then 17. Because I don't get my proficiency, but...
Okay. So, what you see about 40 feet off is this really large bole of a tree, which is not unusual in itself because they're everywhere. And now there is an archway there. And it seems to be some light coming from through it.
Okay, the last time we dealt with an apparition that involved a passageway into something, we ended up in a labyrinth of traps and horrors.
Yep.
And that was in the middle of a nice clearing.
Yep, not a spooky forest.
Who knows where this will lead?
You don't hear anything. You see a little bit of light. And that's it.
I mean, every instinct I have is telling me to not go in there.
It is entirely up to you.
Teleport us in. It could lead to another plane of existence. Just like we could literally lose the path and never find the river again.
All possibilities.
All possibilities.
Alright, you have two choices. You can skirt around this. We can
continue, basically.
Yeah, to skirt around it, ignore it, go on. You can go up to the portal and look inside this portal. You can go up to the archway.
To be fair, it is a portal, because a portal is an archway or an entranceway.
Yeah, so you put portal in my brain. Archway, and see what you see inside. Or, of course, you can just actually go there. What do you want to do?
Choice 4, we can send in a familiar.
You want to send your familiar in?
I was going to suggest yours, actually.
You don't see my familiar. You don't see me anywhere around. You want to stick your familiar in that hole, you go right ahead.
No, I think that's a bad idea. I mean, best case scenario, that archway leads to some sort of ghost-infested haunted ruins.
That's the best case scenario? That's hilarious.
That's the best case scenario I can think of. I can't think of anything good happening going through there.
Alright. So you're not going to go through. That leaves two choices. Are you going to have a look, or are you just going to skirt around and ignore it?
I think for once that we should err on the side of caution here. Going through there seems like a very bad idea.
Alright, so you decided not to go through.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure of that. Are you going to at least look inside to see what's there?
No, because I fully expect to be pulled through the threshold if I do that.
Well, you're currently 40 feet away, so you don't really have much of a view. You will probably end up getting within 20 feet of it, but still not much of a view. By trying to go around it. But it's up to you.
Should I send in should I send in Alice? This is see, my curiosity and my survival instincts are at war at the moment.
What kind of adventurer are you?
One that wants to keep adventuring.
Alright. So, what do you want to do?
I don't want to lose Alice again. But it is the safest option to check this out. That's the problem.
Alright.
Yeah, your owl's nowhere to be seen, still just like missing in action.
That's the nice thing about not being the active player. My owl's somewhere else.
I think for once we should I think we should avoid this.
Alright, so what do you want to do?
I think we're going to continue on our path away from this glowing tree.
Okay. You will have to approach a little bit because of the way the trees are. It does seem set up that you can't just like head off in a different direction. You have to keep an eye on the river because that's our only guide.
Okay.
Because without the river, we're completely screwed as far as what direction to go in.
Okay.
So you're going to get within 25 feet of the opening. I would like you to roll a perception check at that point, because there's no way that you're not going to look. Well, you can have advantage because I'll be looking through.
15.
Alright, as we go by, you notice it's actually fairly well lit in there. There seems to be what looks like natural sunlight. And in the center of this rather large bowl of a hollow tree is a lectern, a pedestal with a slanted section, and a book is sitting there. The book, hard to tell what's on the cover because you're just kind of glancing as you go by, but there's definitely a book on a lectern in the center of this hollow tree, and there does definitely seem to be natural sunlight filtering down from somewhere.
Okay. I'm going to do something that you've done quite often, but I've never actually done. I'm going to try and disbelieve an illusion here.
Alright, go for it.
I'm going to use the 18 I have as a portent. So this is an intelligence check for all intents and purposes, right? Investigation? Intelligence?
Yeah.
Okay. 22 in total.
You concentrate, you look at it, and you realize that it's a hollow tree. There's nothing there.
Yeah.
There's no light. There's no book. There's no lectern.
I say, it is an illusion.
At this point, you do notice something else. Does seem to be a little bit of light now forming in there. A small globe, about this big, of light. Kind of a...
Will-o'-the-wisp?
you can roll a Arcana check if you like.
11.
Similar, but not.
Okay.
And it's heading towards us.
Oh.
So, could you roll initiative there for me, please? Oh, hey, I rolled a good initiative for a change.
I'm just going to write down Will-o'-the-Wisp because that's what it looks like.
Sure.
4 for me.
Oh, you're definitely last.
What do you have?
I have an 18.
And what about it?
It has an 18.
Oh, which you has a higher dexterity?
That is a very good question.
Well, I think yours is +2.
Yes. I'm going to say that it does.
If this is a Will-o'-the-Wisp, then yes, they have very high dexterity.
It is not a will-o'-the-wisp, but it's similar.
Alright then. So it starts.
It easily closes the 50-foot difference between us and it.
Oh dear.
Or, no, 425. 30, because it was,
Okay.
moved. It easily covers that distance, and it is obviously, well, it's in the air, it's moving, flying, whatever. And now it's going to decide which of the two of us it's going to smack. Or run into, basically. You still want evens or odds?
I usually use odds, you evens me, so I'll just stick with that, yeah.
My monster is finally not attacking me. It's attacking you!
Okay.
Does an 11 hit you?
No! 13 is my armor class now, thanks to the bracers.
Yep. You are not run into. You managed to duck out of the way of this thing as it zooms by.
That feels good, not having to cast shield to that.
Not kidding. It always feels good.
Yep. Alright, that's your turn. Next.
Alright. We're going to start off a little light, because we went off real heavy last time. I'm going to try firebolting this thing.
Yep. If this is anything like a will-o-wisp, it's really hard to hit. Sorry?
I rolled 11.
That's two 11s.
Yeah, and I miss.
Yep. Oh no! A fireball is going streaking off into the forest.
Yeah, with all these dry branches.
Oh, good.
Yeah. And now you're up.
Well, let's see what con save is like. Frostbite.
$15.
Save. Unfortunately.
Alright, feel like we're at level 1 again. Everyone's
Yes,
just-
I know. This is the larvae fight all over again. Entire round and nothing went by.
Yep.
Less than the first one, actually.
It rolled a natural 1 to try and hit you on its second pass. Obviously missing horribly. Alright.
It was in the wrong direction to hit me. Yeah, it pulls back and then just keeps going.
I roll a 12 this time to hit it, and still miss. I'm rolling horribly. You're up.
I'm suddenly no longer concerned. Frostbite, one more time! Let's see if another round is going to go by.
It rolls a 5.
Yay! 3 points of cold damage. It's going to take forever if we do this keeps up. I said, yeah, I think it's a little too evasive.
So what'd you damage?
3 points of cold damage. And disadvantage on its next attack roll.
It doesn't seem to take that much damage.
Oh, cold resistance. I'll write down 1 point of cold damage because that's what half usually is. Resistance.
Alright. It's still a hard attack you. It's not disadvantage. Just puts out another 1.
Oh, good grief. This thing is...
Alright. I missed with 2.
So, I one-shotted your boss for the...
Close.
Yeah, and now this one isn't doing anything.
I am going to switch tactics and...
Magic missile at point-blank range.
Pretty much. Or 10 points of damage.
That's better.
It does not like that.
There's only one creature in all of D&D that has any amount of resistance or immunities to force damage.
Yep.
And thankfully this is not it.
Thankfully this is not it. You're up.
Well, cold resistance is a little annoying. So, I think we should have a repeat performance. I'm gonna follow in your footsteps and use Magic Missile here.
Alright.
to do another 10 points of force damage.
Oh! This. How do you tell? But it is definitely bobbing and looks a little erratic.
Flickering out a little bit.
Yeah, it is not in a good shape. And at this point, its initiative has come up, and it fades out of existence.
Okay. Alright, well, I'm glad we made the right decision there to not fall for that trap. That was too good to be true.
We are out of combat because it has 1 hit point left and has fled.
Alright.
Oh, that was way too easy. Alright.
Yep. Onward we go again.
Wow. I thought that would be a little harder.
Yeah, will-o'-the-wisps are tricky because they have a high armor class.
It wasn't a wisp.
No.
This is a variant. Alright. We continue on.
Yep.
Lunch comes and goes. We have a rest. You want to take an hour for a short rest? You can recover a spell slot.
Yep, I'll get my spell slot back.
Right. I'll do the same. We continue on.
And we continue.
We start to notice something a little different, finally. This forest has been pretty much for almost the better part of 2.5 days.
Yep.
But we notice that there is a bit of a track now. Like 2 ruts in the road. In the road. 2 ruts in the soil or dirt of the floor of this forest. And a little bit after that, we notice there's the odd tree missing. Like cut down.
Ah.
And probably about an hour later, excuse me, an hour later, we see a flickering light ahead. Roll a perception check for me, please.
16.
You've seen a great many of them the last little while. It seems to be a fire. Like a campfire.
Campfire, okay.
Fire.
No, this isn't where your firebolt went.
No, my firebolt went the other way. But yes. Yes, there seems to be a fire ahead. And you hear very, very faint, but you're fairly sure you hear voices.
Okay.
Hard to tell, but very faint. And yes, it's up ahead.
I say, would you be willing to send your owl to investigate that?
Would you be willing to send your kitty cat to investigate that?
Well, yes, I would, but I think your owl would have an easier time.
Alright.
An owl in the woods is much less much less suspicious than a cat.
In this woods? Who knows? But I do send an owl ahead and have her come back, and I report to you that there is a cart. Actually, not a cart. This is a wagon. This is actually a full-sized wagon drawn by 2 horses, and there seems to be a fair amount of cut wood piled up in it. And at the moment, there's a fire to the side. There's 2 gentlemen sitting there. They seem to have cooking something. They have 2 huge axes each. And sitting on top of the wagon, kind of reclining a little bit, is a lady, young, well, hard to tell age really, but she's kind of small of stature. And she does not have an axe. She has a crossbow, and she's not cocked or anything. It's just sitting there, and they're conversing in fairly hushed tones. Like they're not being boisterous. They're just chatting.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, the last time we tried to just come and say hello to someone in this forest, they shot arrows at us.
Yes, the albino, weird-looking humans with the surroundings of impaled and hung corpses. Yeah. A little bit different.
A little bit different. One should not judge by appearances. He will make just be just as bad.
No, they could be worse. Who knows? Well,
How tired are we at this point?
So what?
How tired are we at this point?
Well, we've had a short rest recently, so we're not exhausted or anything. Technically, if we were following the pattern we've done the last little while, we would probably be taking a short rest, resting for the night, or whatever, in about another 2 or 3 hours. So, we're not like we're going to have to roll for exhaustion or anything at this point.
We could keep going past this little campsite by if you want, or do you think that we should go say hello?
To keep an eye on the water, we basically almost always have to stay within at least 50 feet of it, which means we're not going to be any more than 20 feet at most from them. We can try to sneak by if you like.
Sneaking by would get them to shoot at us, probably.
That's the problem in this particular situation we're in.
Yeah.
Our path is almost linear, even though we are zigzagging all over the place.
Yeah.
You have to stick near that body of water or risk becoming lost. If you decide to move outside of sight of it, it is going to require a survival check and an intelligence check to find it again.
2 checks, no portents to help.
And the DCs aren't going to be horribly high, but you know how they can go sometimes.
Yeah. It may just be paranoia on my part, but...
This forest has been so pleasant to us lately.
There's that! It's like, it's been justified so far.
You know, everyone's been nice. We're just prancing through the forest, gathering, foods and feeding birds and squirrels, and it's been lovely. What do your problem is? So what do you want to do?
I'm thinking.
Alright. As far as I can see it, you have 3 choices. Camp here, don't light a fire, and wait till they leave. Sneak by, and hope to make it by. Or go say hi.
Or we could walk right through the camp and keep going.
True,
That would be very interesting.
Well, I consider going to say hi the same as just walking through their camp and leaving. Because, regardless, there's going to be an interaction. That's all. What do you think? Are you going to roll again?
No, I'm not. I'm thinking. I'm actually, believe it or not, leading towards the idea of us actually just sneaking past.
Alright.
I'd like to still stick on the side where the river is, though. Basically.
So you want them, river, or we're going to try and...
Yeah.
Okay.
So I want to try and keep as close of an eye on the river as I can.
They are about 20 to 30 feet away from the river. they obviously have heard of these things or encountered the things in the river before. So you're going to be sneaking by within, if you're going to stay away from the 10-foot barrier, you're going to be within 10 feet of camp. So the DC is going to be pretty high. It's dark. They're at a campfire. We'll have to extinguish our lights. And they're not on alert, really. They're wary because they're in this forest. They're not wary you die.
Okay. I think I still want to go through with this. Let's give this a try.
All right. Roll a stealth check, please.
15. That's pretty good for me.
I have a 20. Not natural.
Okay. And if it's a group stealth check, it's not too bad.
Yep. We are heading through very quietly, not cracking any twigs, not rustling any leaves, and we are passing the camp, and they don't seem to notice us at all. They do notice something else.
Okay.
There is a feline growl from... Okay. We'll assume that this is the track through here, and we are going in this way. They are camped in a little bit of a clearing. Right off of about this direction here, there is a growl of, well, a large predatory cat.
Okay.
You can roll a nature check if you like.
13.
Yeah, it's cool, but you can get out of it. It sounds like a predatory cat. They are immediately on alert and looking in that direction. Not in our direction,
which is good.
Looking towards that. What do you want to do? Continue?
Yes, continue.
Alright. We continue along.
Yeah.
And I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
Natural 20.
Oh, you're a natural 20, and I see you call with another natural 20. That is interesting.
What, we both rolled natural 20s?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
No, not me. The thing you're trying to perceive.
We can roll off if you want.
I think we're going to have to.
Just whatever the number I roll is, or do you want me to add any modifiers?
Whatever the roll is, yeah. This
16.
is a roll off. Alright, you beat my 15. You see a shadowy form. You're expecting a cat. And it actually looks like a cat. You didn't really beat the number by a whole lot. But it's definitely there. And then it shimmers and changes shape into definitely female, definitely taller of the humans, so either an elf or a human or something along those lines. Can't tell, it's dark. We have no light because we're sneaking by. Because if we had light, we'd be in trouble. And let's see.
Druid.
It steps forward and does some gestures, and this deafening sound reverberates through the forest. Alright, let's see what happens. You recognize the sound because we did one not so long ago. Thunderwave.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's gonna hurt. Alright. The girl on the wagon fares fairly well compared to the other two. The thunder wave blasts out, and the two gentlemen take the full brunt, and they're hurting really bad. The young lady on the top of the cart, a bit better reflexes, seems to duck down and avoided most of the blast. So I'm going to roll their initiatives, and we'll see how this goes. What's your plan for this?
Well, some sort of druid who doesn't like trespassers, possibly. Or woodsman. Well, this is none of my concern.
Alright. The individual that you're calling a druid sees how much effect that the thunderwave had and steps forward one more time and copies the effect. Does it one more time.
Okay.
Alright, roll some damage. Alright, hold on a sec. I gotta check something here. Alright, the two axe, like the woodsman, collapse to the ground.
Okay.
The remaining young lady is going to... You lose track of her.
Okay.
And then you notice they... well, we'll just call her a druid because that's what it's just easier than me trying to say, what she looks like and stuff. The druid, as labeled, is moving around through the camp, trying to check. Checks the two bodies and realizes that they're now deceased.
Yeah.
Can't seem to find the young lady. And what happens is next is she shimmers and transforms into... Well, sorry, first off, she puts up a fire. Puts dirt on it. Shimmers into... It's hard to tell at this point, but you assume a cat. And it seems to be crawling around.
Okay, so we are now in the dark.
We're in complete dark. The only light we have is a little bit of glow coming from the water, which is not very far off, about 15 feet from us. So we do have a little bit of light. It's, but if we're going to try moving in this, we're going to require dex checks. Because we have definitely someone who can move around in this almost non-existent light with ease.
And if we do not, and we produce any light, well, you know where we are instantly.
Yes. Well, yeah, it's like setting up a flare.
Yeah. So I think we should try and move stealthily in the dark. Just give it a try.
Roll the stealth check with disadvantage, please.
Oh, stealth with disadvantage.
Yeah, this should be fun.
7.
I roll a natural 1.
Oh.
I definitely step on something that lets out a really loud crack. And
Which will probably cover up the noise of whatever I'm...
You're making noise too, but anyway. Then we definitely hear the sound of a cat. Like, not a roar, but that guttural sound, and it is definitely heading in our direction.
Well,
you have a few moments to think about it, but not much.
okay, well, I think first instinct on this is going to be... Yeah. I'm going to conjure another fog cloud.
Hey! You're now engulfed in fog.
We were blind before. It's not going to make any much difference, but it will hamper her.
Alright. The fog does dampen the sound a bit as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you hear, in common, a female say, "You don't smell like woodcutters. One of you is human. Not sure what the other one is. Have you been cutting down trees in my forest?"
No.
And drop the fog, and we can talk.
Alright, I'll dismiss the fog cloud.
Yeah.
And I'm going to cast the light cantrip so I can see.
Alright. Sitting on a naturally fallen log, 10 feet away, is a female elf. And she's young. Well, elves look young all the time anyway, so...
So that means she could be like 400 years old.
Exactly.
So not Leah, though.
Not Leah, no. Possibly the same lineage, because she does have a look to her.
So a wood elf as well, possibly.
Yeah, it is... I mean, you can roll a perception check if you like. I know how much you love those.
No, I'm good.
Yeah. She sits there. She has no weapons.
She can turn into a cat.
Yeah.
A quite large cat.
Yeah.
You and I barely need weapons.
She might have a knife on her somewhere, but she doesn't have like a scimitar or anything else, or a staff, or any shillelagh even for that matter. She is just sitting there, has her legs crossed and arms folded, and kind of looking at us a little bit. And then she says, "You guys smell like wizards. Why are you in the forest?" Out of curiosity. She seems reasonably non-belligerent, at least.
Well, she's the nicest thing we've run into yet in this forest.
Yeah, by far, yeah. She hasn't tried to kill us.
Yeah, it's a very narrow margin at this point.
Yep.
Basically going to explain that we were just heading through the forest, following this river, trying to get to the other side, because as far as we know, a friend of ours is in a village, was heading in towards a village in this direction.
And this person went through this village. Sorry, went through the woods when?
I honestly have no idea if she even did go through the forest, but she would have been heading out of probably trying to
What
think.
does this person look like?
Halfling, I say.
You give a better description than just halfling.
Yes, I'm going to describe Bree a little bit, yes.
Ah, that must be Bree. Yes, she came through here.
Huh. Yes, that is her name.
Her and I spent some time together, and I showed her through the forest to the other side. She's quite pleasant. A little flighty, but she did not hurt my forest.
I said,
Yes,
good.
she is in that human settlement. Well, human civilization, that horrible place in that direction that you're heading in. I saw her to the edge and
I said,
spent some pleasant time with her.
That's good. She's escaped to a worse place.
Worse than that village? Or worse than my forest?
Worse than, I hope the village. I hope we haven't sent her to a worse place than where we came from.
Well, civilization always has its issues. Well, I have a thief to go and find, so I will bid you adieu.
Yep.
And she melds into the forest quite easily. And is gone.
And I guess we will continue our path now. No longer sneaking.
Alright. Yes, we continue on for a little bit. And not too much longer, maybe about a half hour traveling along. A individual, like a young lady, steps out from behind a tree, leaning on it actually, because it seems to be quite badly hurt. You recognize her as the young lady that was laying across the cart.
With the crossbow.
Reclining on the logging cart.
With the crossbow.
With the crossbow. She at the moment does not seem to have the crossbow. She does have a dagger. She's wearing leather armor and boots and that sort of stuff. But she is barely able to move. She's badly hurt. And looks at on her last leg almost. And she pleads to, please help me.
This is a tough choice. She is clearly not the good books of that druid who helped Bree.
Yep.
Which is probably the best recommendation I can think of at the moment for trusting her. And probably the best recommendation for not trusting this one. Is the problem.
Well, this is a human.
Yep.
Slight of form, like short for a human, about 5 feet.
Yep.
Definitely doesn't weigh more than 100 pounds, soaking wet. Quite young. Maybe a little bit older than Bree.
Okay.
So maybe 20. Bree is a teenager, so this one might be like 4 years older than that.
Okay, well.
And in definitely rough shape.
I could give her... Alright, I'll pull out one of our healing potions. One of the healing potions I have on me. We have quite a few of these.
Yep. So you give her a healing potion?
I'll pass it to her, yep.
Alright. She looks at it warily, but decides to trust you.
Okay.
And she drinks it.
Okay.
Regains 5 hit points.
Okay. I'm going to turn and continue on my way.
So wait, you can't, don't leave me here. There's no way I'm going to be able to make it back to Vyrn's Run with, I mean, my companions are dead. There's horrible things in this forest. Please help me.
I look to you for like, is this, well, a voice of morality?
Well, I would feel bad just leaving her to get killed.
Okay. She can come with us now if she wants.
Alright.
Don't blame me if an angry druid shows up. I did the only good deed literally, I did more than I needed to, giving her that potion.
Yeah.
She... Warms to you, I imagine.
What's that?
Warms to you, I imagine.
Well, you are a little odd looking for...
I was referring to the fact that I was perfectly willing to just leave her here.
Oh, yeah. Well, the day progresses. We are getting pretty close to where we're going to stop for the night anyway. She is quite talkative.
Oh, no.
She might be wearing on your nerves after a little bit, but she seems relatively pleasant about it, at least, because, well, she's not dying now. She's not being left to die. So she's chatty. But she's just part of they're just a group of people doing some logging, because there's some rare woods in this forest that are worth a lot of money. And that's what they do for a living. They're woodcutters.
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't. She's just a lookout more than anything else, and shoot any animals that try to eat them. So not bad people in the sense, unless you're a druid who lives in this forest and doesn't want the trees cut down. But other than that, we get to the point where it's time to make camp again.
Oh, good. We have a visitor.
Are there any changes you want to do to our usual routine? It's my turn for first watch if we're going to stick with the usual pattern.
Yeah, that's okay. So I'm going to set up my alarm.
Yep.
I am going to definitely have my familiar out on and keep.
Is she excluded from the alarm?
I'm just going to look at the spell again. You can choose creatures that will not trigger the alarm. I suppose so.
Alright. I'll be the first watch, and you'll be the second watch.
Yep. And I want my cat to keep an eye on her.
Okay.
Oh no, she's not trusted at all.
Well, I know. Well, she decides...
The word thief was definitely used, and does definitely apply, I think, to some degree.
Well, she decides to stay up for a little bit, because I'm staying up.
Are you gonna roll your... Are you going to even bother rolling?
Oh, I'm going to. I just want to set up the scenario here first. She decides to stay up for a little bit because she wants to, talk to me, I guess. And roll some perception here. Ooh, not 20. But a couple hours into my watch, she decides to have a sleep.
Okay.
I wake you up for your turn. She's sound asleep, and I'm going to go to sleep as well. I want you to roll a straight perception check, please.
Straight roll.
Just a straight roll.
Oh, dear. 9.
That's hilarious. Alright.
And I don't fall asleep.
The evening goes by, uneventfully. Morning comes, and at this point you realize she's no longer here. You also notice that your coin purse is gone, and my coin purse is gone.
Okay, so I have to figure out what was in my coin purse.
Yes, we'll figure that out because we don't usually tell. We just keep a small amount of money in there. I keep a potion in a little thing on my strap of my satchel for quick access. It's gone. Do you have any similar items that you have?
Well,
Stuff that's not in your bag of holding.
well, my component pouch, which is
Irrelevant, you won't bother with that.
my staff.
I'm not gonna know, that's fine.
My spellbook is in the bag of holding.
Yeah.
I guess I probably would keep a potion of healing.
Yep.
Just
So
handy.
mark that off, it's gone.
Yeah. Oh, my bracers.
They're on your person, that's
Yeah,
fine.
I'm wearing those.
Yeah.
Alright, so I guess I'm
You're
going to
down
say
one.
the 21 gold pieces and probably half the silver I'm carrying would be in the coin purse.
Alright, so we'll figure that out.
Yeah.
So yeah, knock off a healing potion.
Yeah. So my coin purse has 21 gold pieces and 30 silver pieces in it. And I
Alright,
now
mark that off, you no longer have that.
Yep.
I'll just...
We still have plenty of gold.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just annoying. That was my healing potion, not...
True, you're completely out.
I have none of mine anymore. I have to make more. And it's so irritating.
Should have left her there to die.
She rolled a natural 20 for her attempt to burgle us.
Yeah. No, fair enough.
Why can't I find my healing potion list? I just don't want to mark it off. That's it.
You have a robe of useful items in your bag. There's 8 healing potions attached to his
There
patches.
it is. I found it finally.
So I think I'm going to... Yeah. For this, I've just given up on offering to give you healing potions. You have 8 of them on that robe. I think you're good.
I have lots. That's fine.
No.
Yes. So, good morning.
Do we still have our food, by the way? It's in our bag of
What's that?
holding. I guess you didn't take those.
No, just the stuff that's not in the bag of holding. We keep all that stuff in the bag of holding.
I was probably using my bag of holding as a pillow.
Yes, that's the only reason why it's not gone. Coin purses are easy access. Anything we have that's quick access is gone. That is sellable, which means potions.
I said to you, says, the irony of the situation is I'm researching a spell that would help in this exact situation. It's not ready yet.
Not ready yet. And as we mark off one more meal, sorry, one more day's worth of food,
Yep.
which means we're down now 5 days worth of food. Ooh, that's pretty. No, 4 days. 4 days.
This is our
4
fourth
days
day
worth of
here.
food. Yeah.
Well,
So that's a total of... We are now a week into this. And that is the end of my scenario.
okay.
That is all I have planned.
Alright, so we got robbed a little bit. It's actually not that big of a deal.
Yep. No.
I still have 500 gold in my bag of holding.
Yes, we have a fair amount of money. We'll figure out what that all involves, but that's fine. Yeah, so we're down. Oh, you also don't have a coin purse anymore.
That's not exactly hard to come by.
So anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it.
Yep. Thank you for watching, everyone. We hope you enjoyed this today's session. And, please remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you again next time. Bye.
We also know the name of the town we're heading
Oh, yes,
to.
we do. Vyrn's Run now. We already heard the name, but now we definitely know it's there. That's what it refers to. Alright. Good night, everyone.
Bye, all.